Good evening. We, friends of Shumitra Boshak, started a conversation an year back. It was an effort to give the endless informal chats and sorrow a formal shape to remember an artist who we all believed had so much more to give. This year, we wanted to add more layers into the ongoing conversation about Shumitro and reached out to some students and practitioners who, unlike us, did not know him personally. We were curious to see Shumitro in different dimensions, just like his art, from multiple angles, and wanted to invite some fresh minds to be a part of this conversation. So, this time, here are some young minds, students and PhD scholars, who shared their views about his art. As we were into this process, we lost few more of our friends, some very special minds in this strange time. As we remember Shumitro on his birthday, we just want to scream. Each of the loss is so unbearable, so terrible. We become less without you all. Kolkata, the city, will miss you all. Will be less rich without you all.
Sumitra Boshak's artworks are colorful. That is the very first thing we see. The impact is substantial and attracts even in a room among names such as M.F. Hussain, Somnath Hoare, and Shushen Ghosh. What do the colors say though? They are not colors of jubilance and joy. His images are intense social satires, meant to mock us and what we constantly legitimize as civilization. None of his colors are what can naturally occur in any given situation, at least not altogether, or in such combinations as his. Advertisements and billboards do contain these colors, and that is how we are immediately familiar with the visual brilliance of his compositions. The compositions themselves, again, seem funny and casual, when in truth they are representations of a cruel reality, substantiated by unjust global practices. He speaks through his paintings of an international dilemma of the larger than life image we have submerged ourselves in. The Faxnama series of paintings is probably what he is best known for and what has become his legacy. They incorporate the contradictions inherent in a fast life, in the constant immediacy of everything, without regard for the byproduct, the underwear we would rather hide than accept and acknowledge as a part of our lives. When we look at his works, and not just a marketed image of another artist burdened with something beyond normalcy, or the half story of a sudden end to what could be a prosperous aura, what do we truly see in these paintings? I see a man laughing at the utter ridiculousness of the idea of decency. We require it and desire it simply because we actively take part in a system that is destroying it. He has created images of a distorted reality, yet he is not a world builder. He is not above us, but a part of our cycle, a casualty of our cruelty, of which even he was a part. Whatever he has shown is taken from real life around him and now around us. If this were fiction, he would swiftly be forgotten, but we are still looking.
When first I got introduced to Shumitra Boshak's works, the first thing that caught my eyes were the bright colors that were used, which played a big role in the pop art practice. And but when I tried to see those works in depth, it became more meaningful. Other than that, bright colors, the primary colors, the artist's satirical side and the knowledge that he gathered from the local influences, the local advertisement sites, and the huge amount of knowledge and intellectuality he has were very clear in his works. Um, it somehow shows the society and its visual way of interpreting things, because The way people who are actually concerned about the society is trying to see it in depth, and on the other hand, the people who are reluctant about it, who wants to ignore the issues and live in their fantasy world and is being ignorant, are enjoying the plasticity and the layers of it. So, in a particular piece of his work, which is called Plastic Housing, I can see a lot of colorful little houses made of plastic, again making the fake thing, and then the background with a very gloomy and sorrowful color application of gray and black, and there's the strokes are even very disturbing. So I felt like that shows the contrasting thing is the houses are pretty colorful, like most of his works. So it's very contrasting because it shows how we live in this plastic world which is fake, and we tend to think that we are happy and everything is fine and nice, and it's not affecting us personally, so we think there's nothing wrong with it. But when you get out of that phase, when you see the bigger picture, when you see it in a vast way, then the problem is huge and it is actually affecting us, but we are being ignorant, which he didn't do. That's why I think it was an issue for him, because people who are ignorant, they can live a happy life because they don't think about things, but he did. So I think it was difficult for him because he understood everything and he tried to portray everything. There's a huge influence of local advertisements in his works that were very visible. Foxnama in itself is very satirical, and in general, if we talk about advertisements that shows male undergarments and all, um, it makes a very weird conception about how a man should be and defines masculinity in a very toxic way. And I think these kind of advertisements and the way in that time when he was doing these kind of works, how these things are actually influencing people, and how the whole town and the whole places were becoming an advertisement in itself, how this layer of advertisements were actually covering the society, and people were very ignorant about it, they didn't understand it, but he did, and that's why he was very disturbed by it, which was actually very visible in his works. I felt like that.
I got familiar with Shumitra Das' work when I was a student in Kalabhavan. There were stories that popularly circulated about the witty artist in our college. I first came across his work Amar Desh at an exhibition in Sima Art Gallery. There was a rush of memories of those colorful plastic toys often found in malas and street shops that caught the attention of many children like me in my childhood. But it was not only the appearances of those ready-made objects in Shumitra Das' work, but the idea that it conveyed that made one interested in his work. The ever increasing heights of city high rises, beside the dense dwellings and choking pollution, got represented in simple and playful manner, which caught the attention of a young art history student then, and it still does. The mushrooming plastic housing, accompanied by a dull, shadowy background in the work plastic housing, not only represents irony but also underlying problem of land encroachment and real estate spree. Sumitroda had a witty, socially and politically conscious mind that reflected in his work as well. In the end, I would like to quote Shankha Ghosh's poem মুখ ঢেকে যায় বিজ্ঞাপনে. একলা হয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে আছি তোমার জন্যে গলির কোণে, ভাবি আমার মুখ দেখাবো, মুখ ঢেকে যায় বিজ্ঞাপনে। একটা দুটো সহজ কথা বলবো ভাবি চোখের আড়ে, জৌলুসে তা ঝলসে ওঠে বিজ্ঞাপনে রং বাহারে। কে কাকে ঠিক কেমন দেখে বুঝতে পারা শক্ত খুবই, হারে আমার বাড়িয়ে বলা, হারে আমার জন্মভূমি। বিকিয়ে গেছে চোখের চাওয়া, তোমার সাথে ওতপ্রোত, নিয়ন আলোয় পণ্য হলো যা কিছু আজ ব্যক্তিগত। মুখের কথা একলা হয়ে রইল পড়ে গলির কোণে, ক্লান্ত আমার মুখোশ শুধু ঝুলতে থাকে বিজ্ঞাপনে।